I'm Jenna Fortinsky. I am a registered psychologist. I created Simply Counselling Services in 2017, and I really started it with the goal of keeping counseling simple.
My name is Nicki, and I am the current Education Director for Simply Counselling Services. I support the company in a few different fashions, but most recently have been working on a podcast, co-hosting with Jenna. It's wonderful to be a part of the team and to see where the business will grow as we continue to build our team and build the services that we offer.
So stigma and mental health, my goodness, is it ever prevalent? So the stigma with mental health is typically that mental health is associated with weakness.
And it's interesting because the statistics actually show that 1 in 5 people are struggling with some form of mental health concern. So it's interesting that we still have this conversation about mental health being shameful or that it's a weakness of some kind when we know that lots of folks are actually struggling.
And we know this because they're like, everybody is busy, right? Like everybody that is in the mental health world is busy. And especially with the pandemic and the fallout of the pandemic, we are busier than ever. So part of the work that we're trying hard to do is to break the stigma. And one of the ways we've done that is by developing our podcast.
Yeah. And it's phenomenal because we've heard stories from many folks who've had all kinds of experiences, struggles, challenges with mental health concerns, and they are vulnerable and brave enough to share their story. And we fully believe that that is what will break this stigma.
Yeah, so if you can, share your story. Simply Counselling Services offers a full suite of services, which includes individual, couples, family, and group therapy. And we also offer occupational therapy services.
And so individual counseling is what people typically think of or envision when they're thinking of seeking or receiving mental health support. But what most people don't know is that actually you can transition from being in an individual counseling session into couples or family sessions as well. And of course, group therapy is fantastic too.
Yes, so group therapy is a great opportunity for people that are struggling with similar issues to come together and to learn from a counselor and to also learn from each other. And it's a great way to feel like you are not alone. With occupational therapy, it is a great opportunity to meet with an occupational therapist and learn about how you can make things easier that you want to do or need to get done in your life.
So I think that what makes Simply Counselling Services different is really this basic philosophy of keeping counseling simple.
Yes, the process right from the outset to the end is really what we want to highlight with the philosophy of keeping things simple. When I first started Simply Counselling Services, I found that there was a need in the private psychology world in Calgary of keeping things simple. Therapy has been given this label of being complicated, of having a certain perception. And for me, starting Simply Counselling Services, it was really built around the way that I think things can be, which is to keep it simple.
And so I think what's really great about the philosophy and the style of the services that Simply Counselling offers is that because it is simple, that means that when you're in that moment of panic and when you need help, there's not a lot to think about. It's really easy to just reach out, get the help that you need, and get the support that you want, and that will make your life better.
So picking a counselor can seem like a big task. However, in the spirit of keeping things simple, we try to recommend that you choose a counselor based on your availability and the counselor's availability, and also based on what their qualifications are. So that matters because of insurance. So certain insurance companies have certain qualifications that they require to put your request through their benefits. So please check in with your insurance company, make sure that the counselor you choose has the right qualifications and availability, and you should be able to find the perfect match. So the rate or frequency that you would attend counseling is completely dependent on you and your counselor once you've attended that first session. So there is no predetermined rate or frequency that you need to attend. So once you go to your first session, that's when you guys will decide what works best.
So typically in a counseling session, it starts off with the client and the counselor forming a relationship. And then from there, there's an opportunity to discuss collaborative goals and what you think that you might need for interventions or strategies to get you to success.
So making the decision to seek counseling support is really an interesting decision. And the recommendation is typically anytime. So what's important about that is, I think typically people think to seek support when they are struggling, but there's also benefits to seeking support when things are going well.
And it's interesting that this perception exists around only getting the support when you've met that challenge of, I have something significant happening in my life and I need the support right now. And we do encourage individuals to seek that support before they even get to that point.
Yeah, so the key with seeking support when things are going well is really having a good understanding about why things are going well and how you can keep that momentum going. So when you make the decision to seek support, it can be either when you're struggling or when things are going well.
So I think that really anybody and everybody can actually benefit from seeking and receiving counseling services. And there's no sort of prerequisite or preconceived ideas as to what would make you a good fit for counseling. If you have any kind of challenges, even if you have no challenges, anything that you might be facing in your life, that makes you a wonderful candidate to seek and receive services.
So if you've made the decision to seek support and you feel like keeping it simple is a good fit for you, please visit our website at simplycounselingservices.com or give us a call today to find the right counselor for you.